welcome back to another episode of Fantasy Pylon. I'm your host today, Sean. I'm going to introduce my colleagues before we get started here. So to my left, we got Kradonk. To my right, we got Shadow Ninja. And then first time on the show today, we got a guy flying out of Las Vegas, Hunter Renfro. No, just kidding. But we got Roy for his first episode today. And before we get started today, just wanted to address how we thought week one went. Last night Derrick Henry finished week one with 34 touches, and I like to see that. But besides no fans in the stadium, for a lot of the games, and maybe the whole anthem controversy, it felt like a pretty good week one, I would say. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about how it felt normal. I mean, we still got the Scott Hansen 7 hours of commercial-free football, but I don't know. I thought it was a normal week one. The only thing I could see from here on now is everyone's oh, football's back, we're back to normal, but maybe this is when everyone starts getting COVID now, and then we start seeing our big name guys, drop. So I don't know if there's anything else to really address on that, but it was a good week one football. We're glad to be back. But for today's episode, we're going to be talking about our week two waiver wire pickups. It's kind of tough as we're week one. We only have 1 week of samples for these guys, but maybe a lot of them could be busts. But these are the guys that kind of broke out that really wasn't on anyone's waiver or team for starting lineup. So we each got 1 to 2 waiver wire pickups this week. And before we get started, is there anything else we need to address about week one, or we just want to get into our waivers? We good? Okay, right on.
I thought there was a couple surprising outcomes for week one.
Yeah, well, I mean, which one were you? Well, Jacksonville?
Well, obviously Jacksonville beating the Colts and the football team destroying the Eagles.
Yes. The football team. That's the thing, too. I was telling Roy about it. Cynthia Freeland was talking about how the lock of the week, and Rich Eisen was saying lock of the week was Jacksonville losing against Indianapolis. And, I mean, you even started the Colts defense this week. So, I mean, it was pretty shocking to see Gardner Minshew kind of clutch up there. And James Robinson. I mean, that might be one of our waivers, so one of your guys' maybe. But kid that me and Kelly not exactly played against, but we were in the same conference as that guy back in high school. So, anyways, besides those, I guess we could get started with our waiver wire pickups. So, Kradonk, you want to say your first one? Go for it.
I got Darius Slayton. He was easily the best pass catcher on the Giants last night. 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's owned in 75% of leagues, though, so he's probably on a team in your league. But in that last quarter that he's not, I would suggest picking him up. He was far and away Daniel Jones' favorite target and did put up a really nice stat line of 100 yards and 2 touchdowns against a stout Pittsburgh defense.
That's a good one. Now, wait, did Golden Tate play last night?
He did not.
Okay, so is he suspended, or what's his?
I think he has a hammy.
Yeah. Everyone in the hammies this freaking season. That's the other thing about week one. Everyone really hurt, whatever. But all right, I'll say my guy, Benny Snell. He had 19 touches. Okay, he had 1 target, didn't catch it, but a lot of preseason about James Conner. I know me and you were back and forth about the whole season about James Conner actually being an injury risk. Kind of didn't buy into it. I thought it was really good for his ADP that James Conner was falling that low, but the fact that James Conner is made of glass and that he's already hurt this week, so I really don't want any piece of James Conner. So Benny Snell with 19 touches, he looked like the guy. He's owned in 1.4% of NFL.com leagues, and I think that might be a good target, but there might be a couple better options. So, Hunter, if you want to go for it.
Well, I don't know how it is in other. I forgot to check this stat, but I mean in ours, Naheem Hines is a free agent. Pick him up. I mean, with Mac out, and I don't even remember who the other guy is that's starting for the Colts, but yeah, Taylor. These two can be pretty good, and then even in week one, he had 2 touchdowns. I mean, it was mediocre for rushing and receiving. I mean, it was a little under 50 for both. But I mean, with the 2 touchdowns, he seemed like he could be a pretty solid pickup, maybe a good flex or something.
For sure, yeah. I thought he was the guy, honestly, like that first half, and like you were saying, Taylor didn't get a touch until Marlon Mack got hurt. So I know, Roy, you got Jonathan Taylor. You feel a lot better from him now. But yeah, I think a great pickup. But Hines could also be one of those guys that's hit or miss every week, like he's been. So, but I like the guy. He's kind of a meme in our league, I feel. But he could be a solid waiver pickup this week. So, Roy, if you want to talk about your guy for waivers this week.
I got Malcolm Brown, Los Angeles Rams running back. He had 18 rushing attempts, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's going up against the Eagles this week. But I mean, last week he did his thing against Dallas.
Yeah, your Cowboys.
Yeah, my Cowboys. But, if you have someone like Le'Veon Bell or James Conner and need some help at the running back position or the flex position, you can always look at Malcolm Brown if he's there.
For sure, yeah. I think he. Personally, I'm going to try and pick him up this week. I know we probably all are, but waiver priority 1. But I think he's the guy over Cam Akers. You know, they got a lot of hype out the committee there. I know preseason I was not a fan of anyone in the Rams backfield because, dude, I remember seeing the Sports Illustrated magazine. It was like the running back 1 was like Malcolm Brown. Then third down guy was Akers, and then the goal line was like Henderson, or not in that order, but like that. And they want a piece of them, but I'm glad we got that game that finally got a visual. And Malcolm Brown really made work of his touches over Cam Akers because they had very similar. I know Darrell Henderson was coming off hamstring, I believe, so he only had 3 touches, but I think to go. But I think he's probably, my personal opinion, the best waiver pickup this week. So, Kardonk, we get back to you. Do you have another waiver pickup?
I got Corey Davis for Tennessee. He looked solid last night. After being considered a bust his first 3 years in the league, he truly looked like Ryan Tannehill's favorite target yesterday. But if you got like a low end guy, you can dump him. But I don't know if I pick up Corey Davis over any high potential players because we've seen big games out of him before and then him do nothing else the rest of the way. So he's like a long shot, but not necessarily a priority.
No, wide receivers are really tough, I feel like, in waivers, especially week 1. I know Marquise Brown, he had 2 touchdowns last year after week 1. He was like the waiver guy, and he ended with like 500 yards or something like that. So I don't know, it's kind of tough, but he did look better than A.J. Brown, who I'm all over this season. But I don't know, maybe it's just a fluke. Maybe he actually caught the balls that he normally doesn't do. So
he had a really nice toe tap towards the end of the game.
That review, that was really close, man.
Yeah,
but all right, so my next and final is Hunter's boy, Robbie the Octopus Anderson. So I was when we were watching the game, I was wondering why he did better than DJ Moore, and I think he had a huge touchdown, right? That was the ordeal.
Yeah.
So now DJ Moore did have 9 targets versus the 8 targets that Robbie Anderson had, but I want to say Robbie Anderson almost caught all of them compared to DJ Moore, who caught 4. So
I think Anderson dropped 1 pass or something.
It was pretty solid. I don't know if he was just that open or whatever, but
he's fast.
Yeah,
so.
DJ Moore, is supposed to be the guy, but I don't know. Then I was thinking about how Teddy last year was all over Michael Thomas, and maybe he just likes those bigger receivers because you got Curtis Samuel and then you have DJ Moore, who might be both under 6 foot, if I'm right or wrong. I don't know if DJ Moore is 6'1" maybe, but Robbie Anderson, I think, is a 6'4", 6'5" receiver, and he's owned in 12% of NFL.com leagues. And at the end of the day, this is a guy who, if you desperately need a wide receiver, I think go for it. But CMC is is that offense at the end of the day, so maybe not something you always want to think of, or maybe something you want to put in perspective before you pick.
Well, it seemed like Teddy also he wanted to throw the ball a little more in the first half of the game. I kind of noticed that, and then later on down the game, it's just all right, just give the ball to Christian.
No, that is true. Yeah, I kind of want to see how Teddy,
I think he wants to mix it up.
Yeah,
that's good.
Did they lose though? Did they end up losing?
Yeah, it was really close.
Yeah, right on. Well, you want to go for your second waiver?
Yeah, I got Dallas Goedert out of Philadelphia. Again, I forgot to check what percentage is owned in leagues or not. But he had a game and a half. It was 101 yards, a touchdown. He looked like a solid target for them. They got really good tight end depth, between him and Ertz.
Yeah, that's what I hate watching those games. And Ertz, is your tight end, and then you get Goddard grabbing the ball. So, and plus the other thing, I guess as of right now, Washington football team is number 1 defense. So the fact that Goddard's the best tight end of the league right now, after facing, I guess, essentially the best defense right now. So I guess that's a solid waiver pickup because tight end options are slim to none in this league. So hey, why not? So Roy, your final waiver.
James Robinson, running back out of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he ran the ball 16 times, 62 yards. He did get 1 target for 28 yards, but I mean, I do like him a lot. But I feel like he's going up against a tough defense this week with Tennessee. So
Clowney.
Yeah.
I like that. The only thing is I'm a little worried about is Armstead if he does come back. That because he has COVID right now. But like if he does come back and get some workload in that ordeal, I'd get kind of upset with that. But all right, guys, those are our waiver wire pickups for week 2. Hopefully you guys catch us in the next episode of Fantasy Pylon. Thank you for watching. Bam.